Hey guys, welcome to our video this evening on VeChain. Apologies for not doing this earlier today. We had a pretty crazy roller coaster of a day here in the crypto atmosphere, and so what I want to talk about is kind of where we're at, where we're going, what likely is going to be happening next. So let's talk about that before we get started. Of course, this isn't financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. You are responsible for your own trades, managing your own risk, doing your own research. I'm just here to give my opinion on the market. And if you want to, we were always looking to expand our like-minded community. So if you need an invite to our free-to-use Discord server, feel free to throw in a comment, and I can get you an invite to that, so you can come in and join with us as we talk about these trades in real time. Lots of conversation going on around VeChain on the Discord server over the last couple days. And of course, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And thank you for being a subscriber and for watching us today. All right, that's enough of that. 1 minute of disclosures. All right, so let's take a look and see what's happening here. So earlier today, overnight rather, we did have a push all the way down here, which was a little deeper than I would have liked. We came all the way down to like 67.50 or so. It didn't violate our Elliott rules for this wave one up here. So we talked, we've talked a lot about this 1, 2. And then we're working on our 3. So I've got a 1, 2, and a 1, 2 to get into our larger third wave, right? So again, taking a look at this from a larger third wave, we're talking about this 1, 2, and then we're looking for the 3 all the way up here. We'll say maybe 8,500. 8,500 more than likely where this is going to end up. It's going to take a little bit of time to get there, maybe a little more time than a lot of people are willing to wait for the trade. But right now we're in a decent place. If this turns out to be a flag, we don't know what this market structure is going to look like. It could be that we're just going to break down and that this was the top and we did an ABC and then we're done, right? It's very, very possible that that happened and we're doing nothing but just going to just completely come down. But right now, your stop loss is really at a really good place. So this is what I am going to be, this is what I'm going to be unofficially recommending here. A long position from here. Stop loss on the other side of this low, so we're talking maybe 67.40. And as far as the target goes, assuming that this is going to be a flag, we're going to come up here. So when you do a flag, we're going to have 1 touch, 1 touch, 2 touches, 2 touches, 3 touches. So likely we'll come back down again, maybe to 7,000, kind of like where we're at right now. And then we go up and out. So there's 3 touches on the bottom, 2 touches on the top. And then that third time it attempts to go through the top is when it's going to, or more probable that it will break through at that point. What this is going to allow us to do, actually, and taking this trade here at about 69.50 isn't that bad, and your stop loss, you're talking about a 3% loss for potential 10% gain. Getting out at 7,600 to 7,630. There's nothing wrong with making a little swing out of this, and then selling and waiting for it to come back again. Maybe back here to the 7,000 mark. And likely what this is going to end up looking like, and let's just plot this out here. So from up here, we have our A, our B, and our C into the A, and then we have our move up here, and this doesn't, the geometry doesn't look all that great here. We had a quick move up, but then we have an A, a B, and a C to come down to the C. Likely we're going to do something like this, into the D, and then we're going to come down into the E, and this is where we get the move up and out of here. That's where we go and finish off our third. Now, of course, this is projecting something that hasn't happened yet. This is the bullish hope. So if you are interested in being bullish on VeChain, this is what we have to see. We have to see, the consolidation up above 69.40. And consolidation below 7,800. If we continue to consolidate here for the next couple days, so we're talking maybe 3-4 days, then I think we can have this push up and out of here. I think that the best place to have your money right now is more than likely going to be in altcoins. And I feel weird saying that because we have just been brutalized in altcoins for a while. But there are so many that are just popping off. They're just going up and up and up. I think the best chances for people to make a decent amount of money is in the alts. Even though Bitcoin is making 2-3% moves in both directions, I think that your chances of success in the short term, and I'm meaning the month of December, maybe January, but December, are going to be in your USD pairs on alts. So again, for VeChain, consolidation here. If you had to take a trade, I think right now is a better chance than better than any to take this trade. Stop loss. I wouldn't take a stop loss on this low right here at 6,800. I would take a stop on the other side of this trade down here, down at 67.40. So having the stop at 67.37 or 67.40, somewhere in that range, probably is probably going to work out. So I would say that, stopping up here at about 7,600 or so, probably a good place to get out of this trade, and maybe sit and see what happens when we come back down here. Because if we come back to 7,000 and we start to see a reaction there, more than likely this is going to be where it actually goes up and out. So, we'll kind of wait and see what happens. We're talking, the 6th or the 7th, so we're talking 3-4 days away from now. But again, we're just going to have to kind of see what happens. If we are done, and this impulse, this correction, if you will, if this is an ABC, then we do an ABC, and we just basically did an ABC up here. So if this was a big ABC, so instead of a 1, 2, 3, if we did an ABC instead, then basically we're going to be falling right out of here, and likely we're going to come back to new lows. I don't know anybody that wants to see that happen, but this level right here has to maintain. We can't break below this level right here, which is at about 66.50. That level can't be violated. And if it is, then something else is going on and we're not going to be going up. We're likely going to be coming back down, and we'll reevaluate at that time. But right now, this is the trade that makes sense. After we did this big retrace here, if this does end up being a little bit of a flag, I think this can work out over time. Although this move up here that we had earlier today, it is a little suspect. It's going to be hard to get some good subdivision out of that. I have to go to like maybe a 5 or a 15-minute chart, and I don't like doing that. We do have a decent amount of volume here, which is good. Now, if we do continue to consolidate, one thing I do want to mention, and I'm going to go ahead and cut this video, our 12-hour and our 6-hour are moving down. So the 1 hour, the 3-hour, the 2-hour, they're already, moving down here. If this continues to consolidate, it's going to give the 12-hour and the 6-hour a chance to reset and get ourselves to a point where we can have a little bit of fuel to move to the upside. But right now, this 12-hour is basically saying, I just need some time to reset here. Thank you, P. Delaney. I do appreciate the comment here. But yeah, I think we're just going to have to give this some time to play out. I do think it's going to consolidate. It took Chainlink a long time to do its consolidation, and while it moved to the downside, I think there were some swings in there that we did a good job making. The sell at 285, turns out that ended up being really good. And we're just going to kind of wait and see what happens here. So right now I say we've got a little bit of upside ahead of us. Keep that stop loss, because if we're consolidating right down here, and we do need to push up and out quickly. If this doesn't happen within the next, I don't know, 4 to 6 hours, then I do think it's probably going to move to the downside. We need to see a swing out of this. We need to see a push out of this. So it's likely you would be able to get out of this position before you hit the stop. Again, if we continue consolidating here for the next 4 to 6 hours, I would say go ahead and cut out, get out of the trade. Or you can set some bids down here at about 6,800 to 6,825. If you want to get a lower entry, you can do some dollar cost averaging in the stop loss zone, but keeping in mind the stop loss is going to be down here at 67.40 or 67.30, whatever is comfortable for you. But the point of no return is going to be at 66.50. If we break 66.50, then I've kind of lost hope for the bulls on this. It doesn't mean that it has to be the end. It just means that I'm going to have to go back and reevaluate to see what things are looking like at the time. So that's what I've got of VeChain right now. So I appreciate the comments, all of the likes and subscribes, and all of that good stuff. And wherever you are in the world, hopefully you're having a good day, good night, good evening.